2025 was the year for K-pop demon hunters. Huntrix took the world by storm, breaking records on musical charts, Netflix, and even a theatrical release twice. And now that the hype is kind of dying down for K-pop demon hunters, one thing always keeps me coming back to it or impressing me with it, and that obviously is the music. The way the songs can tie into the story and the characters while also being solid standalone tracks. All the songs have a deeper meaning to it than just being catchy. And today we're going to go over every song in K-pop demon hunters, their meaning, their impact, and anything else we could uncover along the way. But first, this is a new channel, so please consider leaving a like and subscribe and comment your favorite song down below. Now, with that said, let's start off with the first song, How It's Done. The song starts as the girls are on their way to the concert, pre-show snacking, and on an airplane. Right before, they're interrupted by a group of demons who have taken over the plane. Now, right before this song starts, the movie gives us a brief backstory on all the characters. Then they drop us into the scene, and it is literally showing us how it's done, how the Huntrix are on top and they know what they're doing, both as pop stars and as demon hunters. Some standout scenes I like personally from this are Zoe looking absolutely psycho every time she smiles, Mira ruthlessly fighting for what I assume is the love of the game. Like, you have magical powers, you don't need to smash their heads in with a kettle. The lyrics up to this point are about what they do, hunting down demons and killing them, but it's catchy in a fans won't know what we're really talking about kind of way. When you pull up, I pull up a little late to the party means nothing but catchy words to the outside, but inside the plane it's obvious that the demon hijackings made the girls late to their show. Locked and loaded, I was born for this, there ain't no point in avoiding it is also a nod to how the girls, especially Rumi, didn't really have much of a choice in following their destiny as part of Huntrix, so they make the most of it. After this, demons destroy the plane, so the girls skydived into their concert, but not before giving some awesome bars and rapping as they still continue their show. Singing heels as they stomp on a demon, nails as they check their nails, and blade mascara, using a pocket mirror to fix her mascara, before tossing the mirror to Mira, who is doing her hair, and singing fit check for my napalm era, which is a bar that has a bunch of different meanings. First, napalm was a chemical used during World War II in Vietnam. They would drop out of planes that would explode and burn longer than gasoline. A ruthless war tactic. So this definitely could be taken literally as she is falling out of a plane and wrecking havoc. Or napalm era could just be a metaphor for where her life is right now, going hard, ruthlessly destroying everything and all competition and demons unapologetically. And also could just be slang for she's lit or this is the bomb. Zoe then catches the mirror and finishes her own makeup singing need to beat my face, make it cute and savage, as she puts the makeup on a demon, but not literally beating the demon's face, just being cuter on her. The next line, being mirror mirror on the phone, who's the baddest, us hello, is an obvious play on Snow White's mirror mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all, which the evil queen has shown the pure-hearted Snow White's reflection over her evil. When Zoe touches down, she raps, okay but I know I ramble, but when shooting my words I go Rambo. Zoe is a ADHD weirdo chatterbox and we love her for that. She tends to go off on tangents and ramble anything and everything. But those words are also powerful when used for singing and rapping, shooting them off like Rambo. An obvious reference to Sylvester Stallone's Rambo, where he is known for shooting thousands and thousands of bullets in his movies with awesome firepower. The lines knocking you out like a lullaby, hear that sound ringing in your mind, and hear our song unwavering till our song defeats the night, making fear afraid to breathe, refers to the battle against demons and sealing the Hanmoon. And with that, Huntrix concert perseveres, and we're all sent down to the demon realm to see the follow-up to this. And this is where we meet the Saja boys, our antagonists. As Gima is scolding a demon, Jinu strums a biba and tells the story of a mighty demon king who once had total control before the hunters came and sealed away the demons, saying his fire is growing cold because there are no souls to devour, a dying king with a crumbling crown. This is Jinu's way of saying Gima is starving and dying without souls and is desperate, taunting him as he asks if he will do something about it or he'll just continue and take it. Jinu is setting the stage to offer a king a solution, a way to get the souls and stop the Hanmoon with a demon boy band. This in exchange for having his memories wiped. The next song isn't by Huntrix or the Demons, it's playing in the background as the girls are winding down and getting some much deserved relax time. Strategy doesn't really have much of a meaning specifically to the movie, but with lines like winning is my trademark, soon you'll never want to leave, step one, do my highlight, make me shine so bright in the moonlight, and Even my shadow looks good, right? It helps fit the vibe of the luxurious and fun lifestyle the Huntrix lived on their shows as they dedicate themselves to be pop stars. It also shows up number 2 on the charts right under Huntrix How It's Done, which is a fun little Easter egg to other K-pop songs. The next song is arguably one of the most important and popular songs, and that is Golden. This is the song where it reveals that Rumi has patterns making her part demon. Rumi releases Golden prematurely as she is eager to seal the honeymoon and get rid of her patterns, as she is told this will let her live a normal life. This is a pretty big bummer for Mira and Zoe, who have no idea about Rumi's condition, and who had some pretty serious plans for the couch, although they get over this very quickly when they see the success of it. Ironically enough, Huntrix's most popular song, being Golden, is probably one of the most contradicting songs of Rumi's character, and we see the very beginning of her interesting character arc as the song rises into instant fame. Rumi sings a few lines in Golden that really show the struggle that she feels. Waited so long to break these walls down, to wake up and feel like me, put these patterns all in the past now, and finally live like the girl they all see. All Rumi wants to do is be normal, and stop having to hide part of her who she's ashamed of, even from her closest friends. The song Golden has many meanings, not only in the song, but throughout the movie. Gold is a symbol of value and desirability, something that cannot be tarnished, like Huntrix's reputation, wanting to be loved and sought out by everyone in the world as if they were literally gold. The girls also want to reinforce the golden honeymoon and finalize their era, leaving the world safe from the demons until the next era is ready. Hints of the golden honeymoon were even shown at the end of their tour, which pushes Rumi to release the song prematurely, excited by how close they were. The song gives us what we already know when we are told at the beginning of the movie with the backgrounds of all 3 girls. As Mira says in an interview, it's the story of all of us. But now we get to look at the lyrics with the knowledge of Rumi's deep dark secret. In the first verse, Rumi sings, "I was a ghost, I was alone, Ariwojin Abgyosoge," which is me butchering the Korean language, but translates to the darkened road right in front of me. At first, we see this as Rumi having no parents, being alone, and a dark unknown future with no mother or father. But once we know she is part demon, we can see Rumi as a small child, not only as an orphan, but also being confused as she is part demon and her job is now to kill demons. She had a literal unknown dark and future ahead, and had to make a place for herself in a world where she felt she had nowhere to belong, while dealing with the shame and the embarrassment of being the thing that her and her friends are trying to get rid of. Rumi was never able to be truly open to her close friends, not even being able to go to bathhouses with them because of her patterns. Given a throne I didn't know how to believe I was the queen that I was meant to be is Rumi literally being born into the role as a demon hunter and the leader of Huntrix. This wasn't a role she chose or found a place in like the other girls, but one that was inherited to her like a throne. And Rumi struggles to accept this role because of her part demon heritage, diminishing her self-worth. She believes that she doesn't deserve the influence that she has as the quote-unquote queen, knowing she is part of the one thing that Huntrix is sworn to destroy. On top of this, in the music video, the forest that Rumi is running through looks like the forest where Celine was combing her hair as a child, and explained to her why she needs to hide her patterns and give power to the honeymoon. We then move to Zoe singing, "I live both lives trying to play both sides, but I couldn't find my own place." We get another shot of Zoe in Korea and then turning around immediately showing her other life in America, as she is being pulled between both of them. Zoe has a lot of insecurities surrounding trying to be accepted and catering to others. So living 2 lives, one in Korea and one of America, you can only imagine how much energy she used trying to please both parties, one family in America and one family in Korea. And the lonely feeling she must had to hide behind all that bubbly exterior. And much like Rumi, Zoe never truly feels like she fit in completely to either side of her heritage. We also get a fun nod to the Sunlight Sisters album she is holding, which was a demon hunting group before Huntrix with Celine and Rumi's mom. This is probably when she became a fan of the group and started falling heavily in love with music. You also see her getting into music and writing down lyrics, where you can see her writing the lyrics down to How It's Done, which is a fun little nod. Mira comes in with a line called a problem child because I got too wild, but now that's how I'm getting paid, is speaking on Mira's rebellious personality growing up, from being told that she was a problem child and that she needed to grow up and settle down, flexing that now she is getting paid for her wild personality and lifestyle. The line, "I'm done hiding, now I'm shining like I'm born to be," is all the girls touching and creating a place in the world on their own, and doing what they always were meant to do. But this also holds a deeper meaning again on Rumi's end, as she is getting closer to what she believes is her destiny and what she is told to do. But she is still lying to herself and hiding from her patterns, only planning to do what she's saying in the song after the Hanmoon sealed, and not addressing it now. After this, we get a flashback to Rumi's childhood as she's singing "We Are Hunters, Voices Stronger, slaying demons with our song, fix the world and make it right when darkness finally meets the light." In this scene, we are very reminiscent of the scene between Mother Gothel and Rapunzel in Tangled when she brushes through her hair. The song actually goes to inspire the line of the chorus of Golden, and it's always interesting to see the way the girls' childhood experiences make it into their lyrics in the future. Celine is drilling the message into Rumi's head that from the very beginning, from the second she could understand, Rumi was taught that she should be ashamed of her patterns and her link to demon heritage, and should do everything in her power to try to hide it, and eventually even get rid of it. Celine raised Rumi to believe that her sole purpose was to be the leader of the next generation of Huntrix, and to keep the Hanmoon strong and intact. While trying to get her voice back because her patterns are affecting her, she goes to a tonic store recommended by Zoe, and inside you can hear the song Path being played by the Jokers, a psychedelic rock band from the 70s. And on a much lighter note, we officially meet the Soulja Boys after their song debut, Soda Pop. Well, actually, the song playing when we first get a glimpse of the boys in their pastel makeover is Love Me Right by EXO, which feels more fitting as EXO is an extremely famous group that took the K-pop world by storm, almost exactly like the Soulja Boys are about to do. Love Me Right then fades into the music Love Maybe by Melomance as Rumi makes eye contact with Jinu for the first time. Then the movie makes a hilarious nod to the dramatic cinematic first meetings of the love interests in the K-drama. It's almost like a one-for-one. Except they're missing a Samsung by the Subway sponsorship and bottom of the screen. Okay, now we can finally talk about Soda Pop. Now I know that Golden is the star of the show, or well, the film, but I do think that Soda Pop is brilliant. It's obviously meant to be a catchy song with no substance, something intentionally vague that doesn't really say anything groundbreaking or new, something that everyone can relate to and put themselves into somehow.
I love your eyes and their bluish, brownish, greenish color.
And on the surface, it is, but actually the Soulja Boys tell their fans what they're thinking about them right from the start. The whole song is full of lyrics like, "I need you to fill me up, even if I drink and drink, it's not enough, take a big bite, want another bite, I want all of you, want it, want it." The entire song is built around double meanings. It masquerades as a song about love and lust and fun, but really it's the Soulja Boys saying you're addicting, you're consumable, and the most importantly, your souls are food. They sing "Cause I need you to need me, I'm empty, you feed me so refreshing" as a way to say they are depending on the fans to go crazy for them, if only so that they can go feed their souls and bring back the food to Gima. But of course, this is hidden behind all the catchy "you're all I can think about, every drop I drink, you're my soda pop, my little soda pop." Soda Pop is a song that gets the Huntrix fired up. It is a smack in the face to what they do, and when the Soulja Boys' instant fame creates weak spots in the Hanmoon, the girls get to work on Takedown. This song is meant to be Soulja Boy's diss track, to hopefully call out their demon behavior and let Huntrix take back their fans in time for the Idol Awards. But as the girls work on the song, Rumi is facing a lot of conflicting emotions about demons as she forms a relationship with Jinu, and she begins to face the shame that she has been shoving down all this time. It feels like the first time Rumi begins to sympathize with her demon heritage, and putting herself as victim and on the business end of the Huntrix lyrics, taking it as a personal jab at her instead of it being on the Huntress side attacking random demons. The song starts with "So sweet, so easy on the eyes, but hideous on the inside. Whole life spreading lies, but you can't hide, baby nice try," in reference to the Soulja Boys specifically, but there are a lot of lyrics that almost feel like a racist generalization towards demons. break you into pieces in a world of pain because you're all the same, and a demon with no feelings doesn't deserve to live, it's so obvious. And as Rumi grapples with where she fits into these lyrics and how her friends might feel if they knew the truth about her, these lyrics begin to start feeling unfair and hurtful instead of a fun little diss track, in a way they might not have at the beginning of the movie. There's the line that also goes, "When your patterns start to show, it makes my hatred want to grow out of my veins." And we see a few iterations of these lyrics as Huntrix tweaks them to perfection, but along the way, in the private moment of herself, Rumi sings in this really heartbreaking moment that really humanizes the struggle that she shares with her fellow demons and to the audience. The rest of the song is just full of digs at the Saja boys. I don't think you're ready for the takedown. You are a master of illusion. Look at all the masses you're fooling. Take the life of your soulless body and watch you die. And Huntrix is straight up threatening the Saja boys through lines like, "I'm going to cut you, lose control, and then rip your heart," which is a line I could obviously tell came from Mira. Imagine a K-pop group today making a song saying, "I'm literally going to kill this other K-pop group." Now, at this point, the tension is pretty high between the members of Huntrix, and Rumi's doubts are beginning to take a toll on her friends. She begins meeting with Jinu in secret at night, and the two confide in each other and tell each other the things that they feel that nobody else could understand. The song Free is a culmination of their feelings, and it actually helps Jinu turn off Gimu's voice for the first time in centuries, if not ever. Rumi begins with, "I tried to hide, but something broke. I tried to sing, couldn't hit the notes. And here with you, I can finally breathe," showing Jinu that she's been struggling, but that he makes her feel safe and understood in a way that nobody else could ever make her feel. She says that talking to him feels right. Later on in the song, Rumi reprises that first lyric, changing it to, "I tried to hide, but something broke. I couldn't sing, but you give me hope." Rumi suggests that the both of them fight the dark sides that they have been running from. She says, "We can't fix if we never face it. What if we find a way to escape it?" And this moment right here really feels like Jinu's turning point, as he goes to sing, "Hope only hurts, so just forget it," and tells Rumi that she's breaking down his walls and bringing up feelings that he thought he buried a long time ago. He opens up about the voice of Gima that plagues him, but tells Rumi, "No one sees me the way you do. I don't trust it, but I want to," telling her that he wants to try to fix things, even if he has to do it scared. And just like the song says, Rumi and Jinu decide to just let the past be the past till it's weightless, and to try to be free from the feelings and fears that are holding them back. Unfortunately, the pep talk from Gima is all it took to worm his voice back into Jinu's mind. And that brings us to the Idol Awards, when Huntrix and the Saja boys go head to head. The girls agree that Takedown, while an absolute banger, came from a bad and hateful place and performed Golden instead, while the boys debut a brand new song, Your Idol. And I know the Saja boys would have taken my soul, because Your Idol is another one of that just feels like it's so clever and well thought out. The song starts with the boys chanting "Pray for Me," while in the background vocals recite the lines Dies Irae, a Latin poem describing Judgment Day. The lines they reference essentially translates to, "The day of wrath, you'll dissolve into ashes, wicked, I will burn forever." In their lyrics, the Saja boys tell the audience that they are going to keep you obsessed. They want us to keep playing them on repeat. They want you to feel the way their voice gets underneath your skin, and the line, "Anytime it hurts, play another verse, I could be your sanctuary, I'm the only one who'll love your sins, and don't you know I'm here to save you," all lull their audience into a false sense of security. Even Mira and Zoe falling into this trap when they are also at their lowest. As the boys establish their parasocial relationship to keep their fans hooked, no, addicted, they want their fans to feel like they're a safe space to go to anytime it hurts, when in reality, they're saying, "Your obsession feeds our connection," and "Living in your mind now, too late 'cause you're mine now." And on that note, "I will love you more when it all burns down. More than power, more than gold, you gave me heart, and now I'm here for your soul," is such a sick dig at Huntrix. Like, as the Saja boys are actively preying on the hearts and the souls of their fans, in the very same line, they use Huntrix's gold motive against them to say that they are better, will love their fans better than Huntrix. The chorus continues with the religious imagery as the boys express that they are preaching to the choir. They are parishioners that show up and listen to their every word. They blur the lines between on stage stage and an altar and demand the worship and the desire of their fans. The chorus is a line that transforms by the end of the song. I could be the star you rely on, watch me set the world on fire, as the Saja boys allow their facade to slip away, knowing that their fans would follow them willingly into hell at that point. And I bet some real life K-pop groups could understand and relate to that level of dedication from their fans, for better or worse. No one is coming to save you, now we running wild, you're down on your knees, I'ma be your idol is a great finish to the song, playing on the fact that their fan base was one on their knees for the Saja boys, out of devotion and idolization. But soon they'll be on their knees begging for salvation and mercy. The last song is a culmination of all the Huntrix struggles and fears, but also their strengths, and the thing that makes them so incredible. Together, they could do things that they can't do on their own. They can write songs they couldn't write, and that song is what it sounds like. The whole song dedicates itself to Huntrix coming clean. Not only to the fans, but to each other and themselves. They spent so long suffering in silence when they could have been honest instead of letting things fester. The song begins with Rumi singing, "Nothing but the truth now, nothing but the proof of what I am. The worst of what I've came from, patterns I'm ashamed of." She is tired of all the lying and hiding, and she says so multiple times. She sings about trying to handle and fix everything on her own, and finishes by saying, "I don't know why I didn't trust you to be on my side. A voice without lies, this is what it sounds like." Zoe and Mira join in, reassuring Rumi that if she opens up, they'll meet her where she's at, and will help her through, showing what's underneath. "I'll find your harmony. The song we couldn't write, this is what it sounds like." In fact, that last line changes later in the song to "fearless and undefined, this is what it sounds like," showing just how quickly depending on your friends can make things feel better. The line, "dive in the fire and I'll be right there by your side," only pushes this message further. The first chorus of this song, breaking it down, begins with all the girls singing as if they were separate units. They sing, "I broke into a million pieces. I can't go back, but now I'm seeing the beauty in the broken glass. Why did I cover up the color stuck inside my head? I should have let the jagged edges meet the light instead." But by the final chorus, those eyes have all changed to "we," showing how they began their own private struggles, but by the end they were able to come together through friendship to overcome their fear and insecurities, learning to love the broken glass and jagged edges that it came with. All of their struggles make up the darkness and harmony of their lives, and they're shattering the silence, rising defiant, shouting in the quiet, "You're not alone." The Huntrix may let the demons pull them apart, but in this beautiful song about friendship and self-love, the girls give in to the truth with their voices all combined. When darkness meets the light, this is what it sounds like. The song even uses motives from Golden's chorus, building on that theme of making peace with yourself and learning to love yourself. And when you go back to the release of Golden and seeing Rumi unable to sing the line, "No more hiding, I'll be shining like I'm born to be," because she didn't truly believe it in her heart. The character development that the members of Huntrix have gone through is monumental, and hearing that little snippet of Golden really reminds the audience about how far they've come. The audience being us, not the members in the audience. But I don't know if the song was, made before, or they just came up with it on a whim. So it kind of reminds me of that afterwards they were like,
"We beat the devil. Man, that was a monster jam that we played. How did it go?"
But now that we've broken down every single song in K-pop Demon Hunters, what do you guys think? Did you learn anything, or do you see any of these songs differently now, or maybe lines that feel differently now? Or do you have any thoughts about these songs that maybe I have missed, or your opinion of it? Either way, I can't wait to hear all about it in the comment section down below, because interpreting stuff like this is always interesting to me. Everyone has their own opinions, and songs touch people differently. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel because it really helps us out over here. And if you have any video ideas you want to see, I'd love to hear about it down below. That's all from me now, so until next time, stay golden.